All right, yeah, this is the Meet Laura Jones panel, and this is Laura Jones. She's a costumer for Aerodon Studios out of Nashville, Tennessee. She did 5 years. 5 years straight out of college. That's her usual good looks. And very talented. We had her costumes out earlier today around the table. That's her work. I was very careful to not take credit for any of her beautiful dresses. And so she's here to tell us about her work and her creative process and different things. And any questions you have for her?
The more questions, the better. The more talking,
less talking for her. That's why she loves questions. So, okay, let's give her hand.
Basically what I do is online costume orders, and so someone will send me just a random costume that they want to have made, and we evaluate it and then send them a quote back, and if they like it, then I make it for them. And
her cats are a big part
keeps
of the
me
process.
pretty busy. Surprisingly, we get quite a few online orders. I think the number one thing that I make right now is fawn pants, like furry pants, satyr pants, and Battlestar Galactica tank tops. But I actually just got done making, have you guys read The Wheel of Time? Or Loyal, I guess it's called, jacket? That's really cool. No, that's a good one. But yeah, that was an adventure. I think I spent like 4 hours, like I was saying last night, on the collar, just the collar alone. It was good, right? Anyways, it turned out great. What do you guys want to know about me? How I go and search out fabrics for the costumes? You want to know like what classes I had in school? I know.
What did you take in school?
Oh gosh, I had lots of art classes and some pattern making.
Where did you go to school?
MTSD. Draping, which I'll be giving a draping. You guys know what draping is. I'll be giving a draping demonstration tomorrow.
All right,
Yes, that's the 10 o'clock one.
for the ring partiers, we'll just tell you how to.
I'll try not to too
See, if you just stay up all night, then you don't have to worry about it.
That's
You even have probably a nice little bug.
I do tons of conventions. We probably do like 10 conventions a year. Just selling. I work behind a booth. I mean, this is the first time I've ever actually been to a convention as not a guest, but someone that's featured that didn't have to work a convention. It's the first time I haven't worked, so it's kind of nice. Not really used to so much attention.
Laura's a little shy side.
Why don't you tell us how you got started in Aerodon? They have a
No.
What? Like it?
Not that I was just going to say, what happened? What you doing on the
Well, she said I work for Aerodon Studios. You guys have heard of it. We do the elf ears.
It's okay.
Costumes.
Yeah, this is okay. I do like the spelling. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Dice jewelry and stuff like that. I started working with them when I started dating one of the guys that owns Aerodon Studios, because my sister was friends with him for a really long time, and so I basically, when I was still in school, I was like, do you have anything that I can do around there? You know, I can make a few little things. And he was like, well, we'll give it a try and see how it works out. His brother, that also owns the company. It's now actually two brothers and a sister. But he was like, no, we can't have a customer. We can't afford that. And so they gave me a few projects to work on, and they were like, oh, she's really good, and we should really think about hiring her. And it just started out small, like a couple of days a week for a year or so, what Mike said, basically I guess it was a con as well as, you know, an invitation to work. He was like, well, I need a wolf costume. And we always laughed about that, like, because his friend that was with him makes fun of him about hitting on a girl saying he needs a wolf costume.
They both do a lot of costuming anyway. Well, I think probably Paul did more costuming at that time than Mike did.
No, I'm pretty sure my first project there was very hard, like working on Pan's Labyrinth. Pan, like he did a full latex costume, and like latex is so hard to sew through, to like stick anything through like a needle, and I had to hand sew these big pieces of latex to like a stretchy bodysuit so you could sweat like crazy at TragonCon and have to take it off only after like wearing it for an hour.
It was an amazing costume.
It was a very good costume.
Do they have pictures? He has pictures of it on Facebook still, doesn't he?
Yes.
Because Mike watch it. I know that's going to be impossible to spell, to look it up, but
Oh,
there.
he's art singing in the art show, and his brothers.
What made you want to get into costumes to begin with? Or why did you go to school for textiles, more or less? Was it for
was
costume?
between art and textiles, fashion. I went to school for fashion. But I figured fashion would give me more job opportunities, so that's the route that I went. And I've always been interested in sewing and designing. I actually got made fun of a lot when I was in high school because of that. So, because I would come in with my own design, like I would cut the shoulder off of a shirt and have like a one shoulder top, and I came in with like some silver pants one time, and I got made fun of all day for that. Like it was, what was it? Going to the moon today? Did you get those from the tinfoil factory? And I think I was, as far as I know, I was one of the first ones, I feel like, in the area that did like, I had some khaki pants and I sewed some denim like around the sides for decoration. But I did all kinds of stuff in high school, and it wasn't really much appreciated, but I'm glad I did it because now that led me to where I am today, even if I didn't have a hard time when I was doing all that stuff.
We definitely appreciate you now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I sewed a lot at home, like my mom sewed, and she showed me how to do a lot of things. Before I went into school, I didn't even know how to put together a pattern at all. Like I would just basically lace the fabric down, cut out the shape, and sew it together, but that just wasn't right, obviously. So before I even went into school, I had to make something that was from a pattern, so I did like the most complicated thing possible, which was a jacket. But yeah, now I know how to make my own patterns, so I don't have to worry about it again. And I believe that I can make anything that you throw at me, like anything at all. I love a good challenge, and I'm not afraid to try anything when it comes to costume.
I just say anything. She's very talented.
There's not something that someone that's wanted me to make that I haven't been able to get. Now, if it has to do with like molding plastic or working with metal, then I might need help, but I can do just about anything.
What's your favorite type of materials to work with, since you're speaking?
Leather. Leather's my favorite. It's really easy to work with because you can let it down and hold it, and that's one of my favorite things to do because it's so easy, I think. It doesn't ravel. Although I did make a costume for someone where I hated leather for like the month after that because I made, you guys seen The Legend of the Zebra? I made a Mordsith costume for someone, and first of all, like way underpriced it. was like $600 when it should have been like $1,600. I made the full bodysuit. That wasn't out of leather, but like all the armor was of course leather. But I think I must have hammered in like 100, like 200 at least, maybe 300. I went through several little 100 count bags of grommets or eyelets, and it was, and like trying to punch all those holes. Like my hands were sore for a week. It was terrible. But it turned out to be a really nice costume, and the lady loved it. I personally think it was one of the best looking ones at Dragon Con. But I'm biased. Besides the ones that people bought off of eBay from the actual show, of course, those are really nice. Yes, moderator.
What would be the dream costume? The one that you would just go, wow, I really want to do that one day.
Oh. Gee, I don't even know. There's so many. Do you mean like for a movie or something, or just
In general.
every time I think of a dream costume, I think of something big and poofy and just outrageous. And I dream big, but every time I try to make those things, it doesn't end up being quite as like big and poofy as I want it to. But I really don't. That's a good question, but I really don't know the answer to that. If I could make really amazing leather body armor, because I haven't quite gotten a feel for the armor yet, but I think I would probably make something out of really nice hand-tooled leather. Probably.
What's your favorite genre to do? Science fiction, fantasy?
Fantasy. I like doing custom, original designs too. I don't get too many of those, but I like it when people will send me a sketch of what they want me to make. I like making people happy in that way, that they're like, oh, I can finally find someone who can put this together.
What about for those people, not even me in particular, because I have no vision that I can put onto a piece of paper. I have nothing. Wish I sometimes had a projector that I could shoot out of my head and put it up on a screen, because I can't draw, and I'm not very well anyway. I wouldn't be able to give you that information. Is that something that you would sit down with somebody and are able to maybe kind of map out on a piece of paper with them, or I don't know your artistic?
Yeah, sure, if they're around, but most of our costume orders come
Right.
from all over the world, pretty much, so it's like, it's really hard. And it's really hard doing custom costumes in general, because like I was talking about the Loyal coat earlier, it was like, okay, so he has a 56 chest and like a 60-inch waist, like really small shoulders, really small, like up here area. So it's just fitting someone by them just sending their measurements is sometimes really hard. So I wish they were just here so I could just put it on them and make it exactly right. But I can't always do that.
Because everybody has a different shaped body, even if they have the same measurements.
Yeah. I know, that's just really hard.
Where's the furthest away you had an order from?
Just for as far away as possible. I don't know, maybe Australia.
Okay.
Yeah. Somehow people are still buying those. That's awesome, though.
Yeah, it was a huge seller still.
They still are.
Good show.
will you tell us about your Tron project? Because I've only seen the pictures.
Mine's not quite as good a story as maybe Mike's or Paul's Maradoni, because they actually went out and bought the light tape that they used in the movie, which is about $60.
Or is that okay?
Yeah. And it looks really good when it works, but sometimes it has problems. I know in the movie they had a big long article about how they had to, it was very fussy, like they were constantly messing with it, like the batteries drained really quickly. But with mine, like my specialty, I guess, is doing replica costumes. So that's, I get the most requests for. And my core costume, I basically just hunted out the fabric, kept an eye out for it, and I always do that with everything. Whenever I see something really cool, like, oh, I can use this for something, and then I buy it. But yeah, I had to make the wig, not make the wig, but I cut the wig to the exact style. I don't know if you want me to describe like how I made it.
I kind of, I like the
I mean,
technical stuff.
how I made it was I draped it on the body form. How I made the pattern. Just did the plain black pleather, and then I put it on and chalk lined all the places where I needed to put the white, what should have been light tape, but it would have been very expensive to do that.
What did you use instead of like baby?
I didn't use anything. I used white pleather, which still is pretty bright when you take a picture of it. I might put reflective tape on it in the future, because whenever you take a flash, it glows like tape.
If you all get on the Aerodani Studios website, they have pictures of all of their Tron costumes. They look very good. And yeah,
You guys
her
have
core
to say,
picture
you
is
have
in the
you
program.
have one of your program books. I think it's on page, oh, great, Kyle, we didn't know.
My friend Missy did an amazing Tron costume. Like, she bought these shoes that were this tall.
Those were crazy.
She had a walking stick, like a cane, a clear one she ordered with
It's like on the fifth
glow
page.
sticks, green glow sticks, and she just made her custom like virus, like she's like on the virus program, and she had the green light tape and kind of clear plastic stuff.
How long did it take you to sew the costume itself? Is it pretty quick?
Pretty fast. I mean, I guess working really fast, I do make mistakes sometimes and have to go back and fix them. But I can usually make a pair of font pants in like 20 minutes.
And Missy said, I don't think she can get that quick. I was like, she's pretty quick. I thought you kept them on stock. She's like, I don't think they do.
Yeah, we don't keep anything in stock. Everything is made to order.
Like the Wendy's program.
There's beef.
Maybe it's more special that way.
Yeah.
We're hoping that the people who actually bought the rights to make the Battlestar Galactica tank tops don't come after us, because, I mean, we can't actually call anything what it is on the website, because we don't want to get that cease and desist letter. But there are people that bought the rights to that, and they know us. Luckily, they have not, come after us yet.
Are you undercutting them?
Yes, actually, we sell a lot of our costumes for way cheaper than they should be. Battlestar, we don't really make any money off of the Battlestar Galactica tank tops, unfortunately, because they're like $45, and it takes me sometimes an hour and a half to make one, which, we might make $10 on them or something. But, yeah, this is all what I do, and I love Beth is working behind a desk somewhere, which not, I mean, those are just fine jobs, but I just couldn't do that. I guess now that I've been working for Aeronautics so long and I have like my freedom and I get to pretty much set my own hours and I guess I get to work from home. But when I go in, there's always a new project for me to work on, which I love. And I get to go in and pour latex for elk ears or just sit around and watch TV while trimming ears or patching ears. Like, drink a beer while I'm doing it. Not exactly the rock star lifestyle, but I think it's as close as I'll ever get.
As long as it works for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Closer than all.
Yeah, it's a lot closer than anybody.
Yeah.
Working from home, that's like the top of it.
Yeah. I think to be doing what you love, period, is just such, most people do not ever get to do that.
Surprisingly, I'm not sick of it. Like, after 5 years of sewing, I mean, I will sit behind a sewing machine for like 8 hours, just sit there, like I'm in a factory. And I'm still not sick of it. I still love doing it.
And you get discouraged with a costume, like you were talking last night, the 4-hour collar.
Yeah.
What do you do? I mean, what keeps you going to get that done? Is it just that I'm going to get this done, or?
Yes, last night it was, I'm just going to get this done. I was so frustrated I couldn't figure out how to make the collar lay perfectly to match the lapel, and I probably, I don't know what I should have done, but I just fidgeted with it for far too long. I knew that it was going way too smoothly, because there's always something that sets me back. Always. But sometimes I will walk away, but I was thinking, work 12 hours a day, 4 hours tomorrow. That's what I do. With all, even working 4 hours only, like I still rushing out the door at 4 o'clock.
I've never found a smooth way to head to the convention. I'm still looking for the day that I'm gonna roll out on time, get to any convention, snack free.
So do you take all of your costumes when you go to all the tens of conventions you guys go to?
No, we just take the latest and greatest.
Yeah, 'cause I know as much as I've been around, I'm not around you guys, I've never seen a couple of their outfits that are the dealers or that are, I don't know where they're at, the dealers in town.
We try to take what people want to see. We try to take costumes that we think are going to get the most pictures. That's what we want, people taking pictures of us, putting them out there. We usually write an article about every costume we do, new costume, and it goes a lot of business to the website. I wish I did have some. I have some masks like in my car. I should have brought them in.
We'll put them out tomorrow.
Yes, they will be creepy gas masks or other creepy masks on pretty dresses on top.
Have you had an order you turned down that was either too hard or just so wrong that you?
We turn down orders all the time because people don't want paperwork.
Oh.
They want a Walmart costume. They want a nice costume for Walmart prices.
Well,
Yeah.
That's the truth, you do.
Yeah, they're
It's
like,
like
what?
that order.
$500? I can't do that. I can't do that for you.
well, I mean, I'm sure you had turned down estimates. I just didn't know if somebody had said, okay, I'm, you know, an 80-year-old man. I've always loved that Princess Leia bikini. You know, something like that.
Well, I will tell you, the order we just got in, well, we got a request for one of our cattails and ears, and they want the cattail to fit onto a monkey.
All right.
And I guess they want us to buy that for them so I can fit it perfectly on there. Like, we got our request.
I've been waiting for your response on that order.
Ironically, they make them already, and I know this because a friend of mine, for some reason, wanted one. I'm like, really?
I was wondering, you can buy those little things. I should leave it that I know that.
All the secrets are coming out.
Yeah, it's funny. I was so naive when I first went to Frolic on the convention in Atlanta. Like, I was just like through all the stuff, and I was like, oh, here's this fun horsetail. Oh, it feels so soft. And Mike's over there like, that's a horsetail butt plug. I hope she knows that. Like, I didn't know that. I was just like, oh, this is so soft and pretty.
On one end.
Yeah. So would you say that is the oddest order you've ever had? Yeah. What is the hardest order?
The what's it?
Oh, okay, yeah, you already said
That's right. That was by far the hardest one. But it was worth
What was late to this party? What?
it was the Legend of the Seeker, the Morrison kind of dominatrix looking leather costume.
Lots of. Would you say I don't have wow,
Yeah.
you made that?
Now I was telling him I really hurt my hands doing it because punching so many holes and hammering so many grommets and pushing, just doing the same actions over and over again. It's just
Could you tell us a little bit about the Ren Fair side of your business? Because you all do a lot of Ren Fairs as well, right?
yes, that's where we sell the elf ears. I mean, we sell them online, but we do a lot of business with the elf ears and the Ren Fairs. I honestly don't know how elf ears got introduced into Renaissance festivals. I don't know if it, but it basically just started out with artwork at the Renaissance festivals, and I guess that was 10 years ago because they've had Aerodani. I guess it has been about 10 years. But it was just artwork at the beginning. That's it. And they went to the Renaissance Festival in Tennessee, and they were like, oh, Paul's like, I'm gonna dress as an elf. So they bought the Lucci elf ears, and like 2 weekends in a row. And so they're like, this booth here next weekend. So that's how it started. And then, of course, it slowly built up into the costuming thing, which I feel pretty lucky to have this job because it didn't exist before, and I've just kind of created it and created the market for it at Aerodani, and just kind of squeezed my way in there, made a place for myself.
Now, outside of the elf ears, do you do actually any costuming for the Ren, for the booth? Yeah.
Now, everything you sell there has to be driven in, and if there's already too many people selling it, they won't let you into it. So we usually get into every show with our elf ears, but you know, can we sell the dice jewelry? Can we sell the earcuffs? Don't always know because you know, at one we'll be able to sell ear cuffs, and at one we will be able to sell hair falls, dice jewelry, and the other ones is just ears. And then we have our ears. We only do 3 Renaissance festivals, but we have our ears, I think, in almost every single one along the eastern coast. We haven't really branched out to the west much, maybe. I think in Nebraska and places maybe in the middle of the U.S. But.
And the ears are so country, the witchy ears that you were talking about, those things are bulky and puffy.
Yeah, and they don't pay attention to them. They don't cut off all the warts and patch them and all that. Like every single ear that gets shipped out is just had a lot of work put into it. Like from pouring it to pulling it out, we hire someone to trim them, trim all the excess. So every single ear. Personal attention. Yes. Lots of personal attention. And that's the difference between Aerodani Studios and the Woolshed Company. And also the difference between having something made in China versus having something made in
Are you saying a company name for these other ears? What did you say? I couldn't quite hear you from the crowd in the hall. What other company was making ears before? What were you calling it?
Oh, just the Gucci ears, the ones that have been around.
So that is like a brand name or something.
I think, aren't they by Scarecrow, or weren't they at one point in time?
They're made by Cinema Secret.
Okay.
But they're the ones that, you know, Hollywood people usually go to because they're based out of LA. We've gotten lots of different orders. Like we've got some of them we don't know about because they don't want to give us credit for it, so they get someone else to buy it and then we'll put it in their film and then we'll find it later. Like we had one, and actually we had a big order for Mariah Carey. It was the Macy's Parade, I guess. We had like 50 little elves following behind her. We had some in This Ain't Avatar, the Horde. We have our ears featured in that. Also in World of Warcraft, which is now I think called something else because they got sued for that.
Should have got an award for that.
We had something featured, we had our ears, even though they didn't give us credit, it was featured on G4 TV for it was like a spoof of Avatar. Yeah, it was a spoof of Avatar.
You said you see your ears in other movies that you don't know about. You recognize them? Is it so you'll just
yeah,
some
like, I mean, we're the only ones.
fantasy thing on and you go, hey, that's our design.
As many times a day as they look at those ears, I would probably know them too.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like looking at your child.
we have very specific design,
So which one discovered World of Warcraft?
Oh yes, I guess you would have to know that we probably. No, not necessarily. I don't know. I think.
A friend of a friend told me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
And we
that.
still just see, just make sure.
I'm pretty sure that both of those, like, have just been like emailed. Hey, did you guys know that blah blah blah? Like the G4 TV one. There's one for. Legend of Zelda, I think. It's some little mini movie that someone made. Not a big movie, it's like a YouTube thing. I've had lots of YouTube stuff go to YouTube. I actually just made some fun pants, 3 pairs of fun pants from, I don't know what movie it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be anything big, but the people were like, oh, we're so happy to feature your costuming in our movie. And it's somewhere up in Michigan. So somewhere up there, they'll be wearing our elf ears and our fun pants. Maybe we'll get to see it. It's kind of sad, though. I mean, I'm sure that they hopefully will credit Aerodynamic Studios, but it's kind of sad that most of the time we don't really get credit for those things. And I don't know how that really works legally. It's not like we're gonna sue someone if we don't get credit for it. But Paul just kindly sends an email usually. It's like, hey, would you mind, doing this for us? Sometimes they do.
It's nice to be recognized.
It is. I think when you work hard, everybody wants a little recognition.
Yeah. And we're not ever asking for money. Of
Right.
course, we just want our name like in the credits or something.
Hugh Jackson, get back again.
They actually use gel ears, which is a one-time use. So it just completely smooths. So yeah, I'm sure they go through tons of those, but that just smooths down to where you just can't even see a seam at all. I think those are fairly easy to make. We did a panel. I wasn't there, but Aerodynamic Studios and some other people did a panel on making gel
Not very
prosthetics. No, it's not, but if you're just wanting it to wear once.
gel here, though. If it got too hot or something, it might kind of start melting. I would think it'd start melting.
Would it do
but-
I don't know, like I said, I wasn't there, but I know it's possible. And stuff.
Interesting.
Any more questions? Check it.
Yeah, I'm not used to like talking in front of people. I'm sure you guys can see that. And you're gonna be seeing it later when you watch it. 'Cause you're filming it. She's like, just don't show it to me. No, I just don't want to see it.
It's no different than getting up on stage and showing your costume.
Yeah, I've been on stage a lot. I'm not afraid to go on stage. It's just keeping people's attention for an hour. This is
In comparison to the 2
kind of
minutes you're
hard
on stage.
for me. I feel like, yeah. I did sing in the band for 2 years.
Well, see?
Stage.
You should have sung this whole panel. I wish I had done that. You would have gone a whole different direction tonight.
What is your favorite costuming convention?
Dragon Con, of course.
I figured that. Have you ever done their masquerade there?
No,
No.
it's just not possible because we're behind the booth.
Yeah.
Until it closes. And it's just madness there, like sheer madness down in the dealer's hall. I'm sure you guys know. I mean,
Well,
it's a
for-
good thing.
For those who have not been,
Right.
describe it.
Well, there's actually 2 exhibitors halls upstairs, and there's a dealer's hall downstairs, which is much cheaper to show in. I think it's like $1,000 cheaper.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
even a little
I
bit
mean,
more.
what's a table? What's it cost there?
It's about $500 or $600 a table for the dealer's room. We usually get 2 tables, and I think it's maybe $1,200 a space.
Yeah, it's like 12 or 1,500
Something
upstairs.
like that, yeah. But it is, sometimes you'll be able to walk through easily in the dealer's hall, but the majority of the time, it's just like a mass of people just kind of walking through like this. And you'll just have like your front of your tables just constantly, which is good. It's the best that we do at any convention. But it is just madness. We have to have 3 people behind the booth. When normally, we just need 1. Because there are just people like getting mad and just like throwing money at you. Which is good. It's just like,
Yeah, you keep
there's
your
like,
money.
buy this. Here's $10.
Dragon Con's kind of like the South's version of Comic-Con. If you have been, I mean, they
Yeah.
did a documentary of Comic-Con, and that's huge.
So if you guys have anything to sell and you can get into Dragon Con, oh my God, I recommend it because you will do well there, no matter what you're selling.
Well, Dragon Con also has a whole lot of costuming contests for a lot of different programming tracks.
They use costume, by the way. Is that your own character from?
No, it's canon
um,
from episode 2.
I haven't seen.
And any whereabouts, what scene?
The battle scene near the end of the movie.
I'm actually playing Old Republic right now. And I've got my own costume. It's pretty fun.
Kind of sad. As a warrior, I get up with it. I wanted to put it. All warrior was in it.
I'm playing Jedi. Oh, I just became a Jedi, actually. But I chose the dark path.
Down the dark
As we
side.
all.
Yeah, but they don't know, the council doesn't know. Becoming evil slowly.
They don't pick up on that much, do they?
I just got this little.
They
I
really
went
do.
Sith and dark side. Gravitate.
I mean, you can choose to be good or you can choose to be cool.
Well, I've got a Sith character and my Jedi character. But it's so hard playing a good or a bad character. Except for when you are a bad character. I kind of like, I just like close my eyes and click that option.
It's easier to kill people when they love you.
And you also have a very cool costume too. No, I mean that she made for.
Oh, yeah, the
Republic.
character
It's very
costume.
nice.
Describe your Jedi costume.
It's actually all found stuff. It was the easiest costume I've ever done. Because I went to the thrift store and I found a really long trench coat, but it wasn't a regular trench coat. It didn't have any pockets or anything on it, so it looked more like a robe. But it's, I think that was like $6. I kind of modified it a little bit. And it has a huge hood on it already. I don't know how I found it. And then I just bought everything from the thrift store. I didn't make anything for that costume.
And it's really nice. Turned out great.
I actually even found a huge wrestling belt to wear over that I need to modify. I've got a custom lightsaber that's purple, actually.
And I think the makeup really sells it too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makeup was, oh, that was a lot of makeup. Completely green skin, and I still can't remember the race. Do you know the name of the race?
Green skin, like.
Oh, I guess you could
was
do
it
green
Twilight?
skin with any race. No, it's not Twilight. And you have the little.
Yeah, little
Face
geometric
tattoo.
kind of shapes. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what
I
it's
think you
called.
can probably do that
Do they
with
have
any of
horns?
the characters, but I can't remember. It starts with an M. But I can't remember what it is.
If I could see a picture of it, I could probably tell you.
There's nothing really that
Sarah had
defining.
horns, all of them.
Yeah.
If it's a horns, it's a Zabrak.
Yeah,
Okay, that's because that's what Sarah was.
I'm really curious now. Trying to think.
I can show you a picture of it, but it's not, it's really, sort of looks like a human, but it's not.
Let me see the
Do you have it
picture.
on your phone?
I might be able to recognize it. I promise nothing. There's so much in that universe that's kind of like, oh, I just missed that part.
Yeah.
Laura, while you're looking it up, tell us what you want to be doing in 5 years.
Same thing.
Same thing.
I want to be still making costumes because I hope that people don't get sick of my costumes. And I hope that, because right now, there are a lot of costume orders right now, but sometimes it's a little slow, and so I sort of have to figure out like things to do, like I have to find little jobs to do to get paid.
Actual fashion design is a different route.
Yeah, that's, I figured costuming is not as, I'm trying to say, it hasn't, it's not out there as much, like I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but.
I'm
You guys
sorry,
know.
I didn't hear what his comment was.
She could actually go into actual fashion design, not specifically costuming.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be
Just
much
actual-
harder because there's so many more fashion people out there. That's what I'm trying to say, like it would just be so much harder to break into that field.
You're already used to one, going to another one would not be fun.
Well, it's just so saturated, the market is,
Yeah.
so, and costuming is not.
And I think that fashion is, there's a million of you out there.
I have it up here, but I still don't think you're gonna be able to recognize it, because it just looks like.
As I said, if I can look at it, I might be able to research it. Do you know where you actually got this from? Like the character? Actually.
If you want, I'll take your phone around and show them.
I was just, yeah, I was trying not to do that. I was gonna say, give me the phone and we'll walk it around.
This is our new game.
Yes.
Star Wars race.
It's mid to MIT, something with it.
You know, though, we could walk down. the
Somebody might
hall.
recognize you.
Yeah.
We'll find somebody.
Yeah.
No.
Embrace.
Hold it up on the camera.
Is it from?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I know.
I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
No.
Because the thing is I've played the game. I had to stop playing because I didn't have any time for it.
I don't either.
But did they implement the legacy system yet?
Yes. Actually, my boyfriend just, my fiance.
There,
now
that's,
actually-
update for fiance, thank you very much. We've been on that way for a couple of years now. Come on, Mike, let's go.
Yes, they actually just did the legacy, and he's already got it all planned out. He's got like, you know, his family tree And it's really cool because they made it to where if you have other characters in the game and you want to make a family, and say you have someone that's a Sith or someone that's like a different race or something, and your characters, your family, as it goes on, will inherit those traits. So your character can, like at the bottom of the tree, like a son or grandson can maybe inherit something good or bad from that part of the family.
This is the Old Republic game?
Like inherit something as in like.
As in like
part of the books?
a power or,
That's interesting.
yeah.
So I can see a Sith warrior now, really. Or if they're gonna do abilities and such like that.
Yes.
A crit.
What is the last costume you made?
Myself or for
That you made, just the last costume you made, yourself or otherwise, that you sold?
Fawn Pants.
Fawn
Just
pants,
made
fawn
them.
pants, fawn pants.
Just got done with them today.
Another day, another pair of fun.
No one
Thanks so
knows.
much.
That's the only M one you made. The only other.
On the good side, right? Not the
Yeah.
Sith, the Jedi side.
The other one has an R. I don't think those
Yeah.
colors can come up with that. So. So.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. That's probably why I don't remember it.
All right, this is the last chance for questions. We're coming up to the end of our 50 minutes. Requests?
Have I satisfied you
house,
guys
there's no
all
request.
during this panel? Was it okay? Like, this is really the first panel I've really done, like, by myself.
I think Cindy was saying there might have been technical difficulty. Definitely like the, speaking of, yeah, if you incorporate visuals would be awesome. And for future
Yeah.
things.
I'm sorry, I should have brought my laptop in and gotten on, showed you guys all the
Well,
pictures.
next time.
We're not gonna paint you up.
Get our boy or
Your stuff is so cool. It would be much more productive if everybody like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could see the look of disappointment in your face when you said, and I was like, no, I don't have anything.
And
So that's okay.
back onto the Tron tape. There's also something called EL tape. I've seen, I've not actually used, but it acts similar to it. You could actually pop those Tron costumes. I think it's a wee bit cheaper.
Is it?
Yeah, it's EL. It's a electroluminescent ribbon and tape. So instead of white tape, it might be a little cheaper because they did use it for the movie, so it might be because it's
Yeah,
not well
probably.
known. If you're wanting to actually add light to it. I don't
Yeah.
know what it would.
Scott has the website saved at home. I don't know what he was making.
I feel bad, I'm sorry, I should have brought my laptop.
No. Don't feel bad.
How much time do we have?
2 minutes.
If you don't have.
Well, if you guys want to see the work, you can go to eridani.com. Also got
studios.com.
Is
it just
eridanicostumes.com or eridani.com.
If you Google Aerodynamic,
Yeah, just Google
Yeah.
elf ears.
I think you could put
Eridani.
elf ears in and they come up.
Yes, I will know next time I will have my
Yeah.
laptop. I've been good.
She worked today. That's how dedicated she is. She's put in their work and then hauled it up from Nashville, so. All right, well, we appreciate you coming and talking to us about your stuff.
Thank you. And thank you guys
And
for
bringing your beautiful costumes. You'll be seeing more of Laura. Obviously, she's doing her demo tomorrow morning, first thing.
that'll be much more interesting.
She'll be doing stuff.
Give her something to do, yeah.
Distractions.
She's doing some other panels. We've got our Iron Mask costume contest tomorrow afternoon. The improv throwdown, and one of our judges for the masquerade, which enter into the masquerade.
Please enter into the message.
Always looking for entries. So, all right. Thanks, everybody.
see, the person in the Jedi costume.
All right, thanks, Kim. The crowd.